Right now we're going to take a look at finding the area of trapezoids. Once upon a time in middle school, you knew all of your formulas for all of the special quadrilaterals, including trapezoid, but you forget things. So let's remember that the area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So in our picture here, what you would be doing is adding your two bases, the two parallel sides, so add them together, divide by 2 or times 1/2, the same thing. Add these, divide it by 2, then multiply times the height. That's how we're going to find the area of a trapezoid. Let's take a look at a couple little examples here. Here's our first one. Okay, doesn't look very straightforward, so we're going to have to figure some stuff out. We're going to make it a little more fun than when we did this in 7th grade. Find the height of the trapezoid. First, we have to find the height of the trapezoid. Oh, I didn't finish my question. Then, find the area. Okay, there we go. We need to find the height, okay? Because in order to find the area of the trapezoid, we are going to multiply 1/2 base 1, kind of refer to my formula, base 1 plus base 2 in parentheses, base 1 plus base 2 times my height. I don't have my height, so now I'm going to figure out my height. So that's why it's kind of telling us first find the height, and then we're actually going to go ahead and find the area. Well, let's see. Dropping both of these altitudes here kind of gives me a rectangle in the center. If 8 is this top side of the rectangle, then the bottom side here of the rectangle, yeah, that's 8 also. So the middle piece is 8. The piece on the right is 2, so the whole piece on from here over is 10. But my entire base is 13. Well, from there over is 10, well then this piece must be 3. And now I have a right triangle. 3, height, 5. Triple, my height is equal to 4. So 1/2 times 8 plus 13 plus 4. Let's pull out the calculator for that. Okay. So I'm going to do 0.5. That's how I put half in the calculator. Keep it simple. Plus, you can do, all right, 8 plus 13. You probably would do that in parentheses, right? And then we're going to times 4. And there it is, 42. Area equals 42. Units squared, fine. The next one's asking us to find x, and they're giving us the area. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my formula, and I'm going to check it out. Area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. I actually have 4 variables here. My 2 bases, my height, and the area. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 unknowns. The 1/2 is a number. That's not an unknown. It's part of the formula. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are unknown. If I know any 3 of them, I can find the 4th one. So that must be what happens down here. They're giving me 3 and then asking me to find the last one. So I'm going to rewrite the formula. 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times 1/2 height. Okay. So, x plus my other base is 20 times my height. Oh, so I put this in here too because it happens occasionally that a leg is the height because the leg is your perpendicular side. Let's see, so there's that times 5. And it's equal to the area, which they tell me, so there's my 80. The hard part here is the algebra. A couple different ways that we can tackle this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see that I have 1, 2, three numbers over here on the right, and I'm going to multiply the two that I can multiply. So 1/2 times 5. So feel free to do that in your calculator. It's 2.5. X is 20. So I multiplied those two. Now I'm actually going to distribute here. That might be a little easier for me. So now I have 80 is equal to 2.5x plus, let's pull it out, right? So 2.5 times 20. Minus 50, minus 50. 80 minus 50 is 30. That's it. Home stretch, home stretch. Divide by 2.5. What could it be? 30 divided by 2.5. Ah, no class, delete. And x is equal to 12. X is equal to 12. Now, just because I feel compelled to check my answer, I'm going to do that right over here. I'm going to say, okay, well, if I knew that my base was 12, then 12 plus 20 divided by 2, so that's 32. What's 32 divided by 2? 16? All of that, by the way, dividing by 2 and times 1/2 is the same. I do flip-flop between those. Times 5. 16 times 5. 16 times 5 is equal to 80, which is my area. So base 1 plus base 2 halved times your height is equal to 80. Check. Good job.